Party people, it's your boy Voltron Supreme coming at you again with another video. So I got two requests to make a video. One was for Jasmy and the other one was for Fortube. Okay, so when I start looking into Ankr, I've noticed that Ankr has done some transactions with Jasmy, has done some transactions with Fortube, and these transactions are being done by someone who I believe is at the top levels at Ankr. And, so I said, hey, they're doing something with Jasmy. And I looked into Jasmy, but I never really talked about Jasmy in the past. I do hold Jasmy, but I haven't talked about it on the channel or made videos on the channel because of how I work with Jasmy. I don't work for Jasmy, but let me explain. So most of the videos that you see coming from me are about long-term projects, Ankr, AMP, Algorand. So these are projects I like to talk about because I feel, hey, you get in now that it's early, and down the road, you're gonna be glad you got into these projects early. Again, my videos are not meant to be financial advice, so I'm just telling you my opinions, giving you my opinions. So, Jasmy, I don't really know much about it because a lot of the information is not in English. And, to have to go copy, paste onto Google Translator, that's, a monumental task. And I just said, never mind. But I did notice one thing from Jasmy. It has a tendency to spike and then followed by a drop a couple of days. So it's at 1 cent. It has a tendency to hit the 3 mark, and then it tends to drop back down to the 2s. And then when there's bad news out in the market, it'll drop to 1. So what I've been doing was basically just buying at the 1 cent level, selling at the high 2s, and repeat. So that's been what I've been doing with Jasmy. So hence why I haven't talked about it, because I've been using it more for quick flips rather than long-term investments, which is something I'm sure a lot of you probably don't want to hear. And that's not to say that Jasmy is not a long-term project. I'm just here to tell you that that's what I've been doing with Jasmy. When it comes to investment, everybody has to use a method that works for them, that's good for them, and it could be a combination of methods, and that's what I've been doing with Jasmy. Fortube. Fortube is another company I came across while studying Ankr. And it's one that I see two scenarios playing out. I can see this coin as a long-term hold and one that down the road will make people money. I also see the ability for flip at one event. And let me talk about this. When I started studying Ankr, I came across another company in the past. For example, I came across a couple of companies. One of them was Abracadabra Money. And at the time, it was not listed on Coinbase when I first saw it. You weren't able to transact with it on Coinbase wallet. And I found out that, hey, maybe I should get some on Uniswap, because it's on Uniswap, and it was under a penny. And I didn't. Down the road, I come to find out it's finally listed on Coinbase. It's working on Coinbase wallet. It's listed on Coinbase. It went from under a penny to 4 cents. So I missed that. Now with Fortube, when I first looked at Fortube, it was not tradable on Coinbase. You cannot trade it with Coinbase wallet, and you can't trade it on Coinbase itself. And then suddenly, Fortube sends out a tweet, we're now tradable on Coinbase wallet. So I said, it reminds me of that scenario with the spell token from Abracadabra Money. And I said, you know what, I'm just gonna get it back. Because I look at the project and I'm thinking, this is a good long-term hold, but it has the potential of being a quick flip if it gets listed on Coinbase, because everybody knows about the Coinbase effect. Once it's listed, that FOMO kicks in, it gets a super spike. And if it gets that super spike, I'm probably gonna sell it all. And then wait for that FOMO to wear off and probably buy back in. probably buy back in at a higher price. But since I see it as a long-term goal, I'm not too worried about it. Or I could take that money and apply it to another long-term project, which probably most likely what I'll do if I get a big flip like that. I like to put the earnings into projects that are long-term, and that's what I've been doing with Ankr. You know, I've hold a couple of projects that I feel are more quick flips, and then I'm talking about the meme coins. You know, I'm talking about projects that tend to have volatility within certain ranges all the time, and I've been taking advantage of those ranges, and when it drops to this low range, I buy in, and then when it goes back up, I sell it and apply it to my long-term holds. So anyway, we'll see what the future holds with these two projects. You know, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. Always do your own due diligence, and until next time, peace out, safe invest.